Wednesday. Wind Waker Wednesday. Wind Waker Wednesday. This is a bit of a cheat one because I already transcribed the ocean theme. It's just called Ocean, actually. In a full score transcription for a video. A video I did a little while ago about the Great Sea is Cursed. When the ocean theme turns all spooky. But we'll listen to the song and read the score and see if I need to fix anything. This is a more recent transcription, so probably I'm not going to change anything. Like, I think anything that I would have caught, I would have caught. Anything that I could catch now, I would have caught when I transcribed this. So this will be a quick one. But hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see where we are here. I remember the snare drum being fun to transcribe. Oh, where are we? I'm way off here. There we go. Oh geez, where am I? Okay, wait, hold on. This formatting sucks. I'm going to... Oh, it's because the staff size is 3.5 millimeters. I don't want that. It doesn't need to be that small. Okay, let's try this again. So, yeah, it's cool. We got the tuba cello bass figure. I kind of wish that I had transcribed this on stream because it's such a great tune. It feels like a shame not to give it its due, you know. But, yeah. The tuba's kind of quiet, but it's in the left ear. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll put chord symbols on it. We'll go bit by bit. The intro is nice. I'll put chord symbols on the string part because that's where you can see like everything that's going on. We start on D with a nice little D sus2. Let me turn up the volume of this. I hope my audio is working. The last couple times I've streamed, I've been muted or something. What's the best way to learn to recognize chords on sight? Well, let's talk about it. I mean, reps, just getting your reps in is part of it. But so here is a very obvious root position D major triad. Boom. A triad, A minor, G. But for more complicated stuff or stuff that's voiced out differently, well, let's see. Let's go through this. This will be a good, because this is not a hard song to analyze, but it's a good, it'll be good to work through the process. So we have our consistent bass pattern. You don't have to think like, okay, A major over D, then A major over A, and A major over D. You know, you want to understand the sort of tonality that's being expressed by a line, by a melodic line. So this is like D, A, D. That's just like a D power chord. So it's like, okay, so it's D. And then this little second back to the root. You can add all these notes together to make a D sus2. Or you can just think of it as like a D with a little non-chord tone, a little extra flourish. Doesn't really matter. Because this is in the bass. It's just kind of giving a foundation of D. And so we can put all of these triads over D. Boom, boom, boom. D over D. Oh, it doesn't even let you do that. A over D. So this is kind of a funky one. You can hear that it sounds diminished. It really should be spelled like this, because that's B flat diminished. Or with an A sharp. But here's my thinking. If you think about playing this, if you think about the guy writing this, who was Kenta Nagata, actually. We have that one. That one is confirmed. You think about these lines, the E from this A triad is staying the same. Boo, boo, boo. And that jumps up to G for the last bar. That's the line. Ba, 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 ba. The middle voice is going D, C sharp, C sharp, C. That's the line. So it's not like D, C sharp, D flat, C. Like, that doesn't really make sense, right? So that's why I kept it C sharp and E. But the bottom line being A, B flat, A. The B flat's moving to an A. So it doesn't make as much sense melodically to have it A sharp. Do, 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 do. You know? Hopefully that makes sense. But I'm still going to put B flat diminished over D. And then A minor 7 over D, I guess. There's no fifth in the chord, but that's okay. That's the one that you can lose, and it doesn't ruin the effect of the chord. Okay, let's keep listening. Of course, it do be Wednesday today. So now this is an interesting bit, because it's not just a straight up like 1, 3, 5 D chord. The notes are all spread out. But when I'm looking at chords, you start with the bass. Bass is hammering a big D on beat 1. So you know it's a D chord. It's some sort of D chord. And then you just add up the notes. A and F sharp, D, A, F sharp make up a D chord. When you're starting out, that'll take a lot longer to add up and go, okay, D and then A and then F sharp, but that's, you just need to do it a lot until it becomes second nature. And then same thing here, yeah. F sharp, C sharp, A makes F sharp minor. Oh, but we notice in the pad there's a E that goes down to D. So now it gets confusing because you're going, okay, these two voices are F sharp minor. But with the middle voice, ooh, and the bass actually also jumps down to a D here. Let's hear that in the actual, listen to the bass line of the actual tune. Boom, 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 boom. If this was really an F sharp minor chord, he'd be going down to C sharp. But he's not. He's going to D. So really, this is a D over F sharp chord. But then what's with the C sharp notes in the string part? It's a D major 7 over F sharp chord. That's what we're gonna do. And this, because this is such a prominent counterline, and it's like a non-chord resolving to a chord tone. Do do. The resolution on that D is doubled by the horn. It's just, you can't get around it. You can't ignore it. You can't go, well, yeah, the note's in there, but you can't really hear it. Like, no, it's pretty prominent. So we have to call this a D over F sharp. And then let's see, G. This is pretty straightforward. G. What is that? An A? Yeah. A7 sus. I'm gonna put the 7 because we have a G natural for one beat. Let's listen to it and make sure that that's actually there. I'm having trouble hearing these staccato string stabs right now. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's there. Well, maybe I'll just put A sus4 to A. Here, let's listen to the melody. Hold on. Let's go back a little bit more. There we go. Such a great melody. I love the countering. It's kind of like, I remember going back and forth on what instruments were playing the melody and counterline, because it just kind of sounds like generic brass MIDI, you know, like probably you could make a French horn sound like this. They could both be horns, but it sounds a little aggressive too, like a little pointier than a French horn typically sounds, I think, from my limited orchestral knowledge. So I ended up playing melody and trombone. This is a very obvious D over F sharp because we get a D power chord over an F sharp note. So pretty straightforward. A nice little E minor 7. You get the D note in the string pad. A7 sus. A7 straight up A7. Meep-a-doo. Let's keep going. That's so great. The like we've heard that Super Mario cadence, B flat to C to D, a lot in our lives, but this little twist of having B flat over C first, a little extra prep. That's nice. That's a nice little movement. Great piece. Great tune. Oh yeah, and this is a fun one because it's A and C sharp and D. Very pretty. Over a D bass note. So do you go D major 7 with no 3? You could put that. You wouldn't be wrong. Or do you go A over D? A add 4 over D. This one's a little ambiguous. You could put a number of different things and they would all be right. Vote in the chat. What do you like? What makes the most sense? I think I'd probably go for some sort of A over D. I think I would probably go for. Is the audio super low? Like which audio? Trying to balance Sibelius audio and music playback audio and my voice. All of it is equally low. I don't know how to fix that. I'm kind of tied to Sibelius is just quiet. Like I have it turned up all the way in Sibelius. So but yeah, sorry. I wish I knew how to fix that, but I don't. On my interface, or no, I don't know. I'm not going to try and figure that out on stream, but I'll look into it. D, E over D, D, A add 4 over D. The thing is, I can bump up my volume, but then it won't be balanced. Like, hopefully it's semi-balanced the way it is. I guess you guys can tell me. And then we get a little, this is such a nice development because we get the same. So this is a new section, letter C, but it's the same rhythm, same accompaniment. The melody starts the same way almost, like we have, which is exactly the same as over here, but instead of jumping up D to D over F sharp to G to A, the bass starts going down and the melody changes as it goes, and we get this nice back and forth between the violins and the trombone, the little like echo. So nice. Let's listen. We're right here. Bass is going down. Woo! Why is this 5 bars on the line? That's no good. Beauty. B flat over C. C, same move. Ends the same. Starts the same, ends the same, but the stuff in the middle is different and a little more sentimental. This line ruined everything. Offset everything by 1 bar. But yeah, let's listen to my version. Let's turn that snare down. Probably strings can come down too. Maybe not. Sounds pretty bad, mix-wise. I probably just need to put dynamic markings on everything. Like if I did P and F, would this sound better? Oh yeah, that's already better. Sort of. I wonder if they... I know when you... Does this fit? Yeah, it's like the volume's changing after the note hits. That's really weird. I'm not going to care about it that much. I'm not listening to the Sibelius playback, you know? Like, that's not why I'm making these. D, E over D, D, A, add 4 over D. Spinda, how's it going? Been dragged to jogging. Well, I hope you enjoy it. A, add 4 over D. Okay. Do we need to... we heard this part before earlier. Yep, I'm going to... I guess the only question is, like, horn or trombone? Is that... But I mulled over this when I transcribed it originally. Okay. Let's move... Let's do the next one. Let's do the next one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go. This is the Maritime Battle. Bling, 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 bling. Oh, this is interesting. This is gonna be hard. So what is that? Xylophone? Marimba? Marimba for sure. Okay, wait. So we definitely need strings. Strings. We definitely need snare drum. We definitely need marimba. I don't know if we need a grand staff, but we'll start with a grand staff and see if we can lose the bottom one. What up, 8-bit? I've been trying to teach myself how to read sheet music, and I'm having trouble understanding dotted notes. I get the half thing, but I don't get how to apply it. if you get the half thing, that is the whole thing. The half thing is the whole thing. That's a very smart way to put it and not confusing at all, I'm sure. I mean, it just means that it takes up 1.5 of that rhythm, right? I guess how you apply it is that you can have a this kind of rhythm, this kind of bop, bop, bum, bum. Like you almost always see dotted notes followed by a shorter note, right? Dotted quarter to an eighth, dotted eighth to 16th. Like they're almost always to have a rhythm that's not even. Instead of bop, bop, bum, 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 you can do bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. Like, do I let it just ring out the whole duration, or do I play it again at the end of the duration? No, you just let it ring out. Yeah. You only play the note when you have a note. You don't play it again. What instrument are you playing? I'm a percussionist. You know, well, no, I'm not a percussionist. I'm a drummer. A different thing. But like coming up in band class and stuff, I was always on percussion, and you never need to worry about note lengths, because if you hit a snare drum, boom, that's it, you know. But if you're playing clarinet or something, you have to decide when to end the note, and it matters a lot. So that was something that I had to learn after everybody else already learned it. Guitar. If you're playing guitar, then you do kind of have to worry about note lengths, but not the same as something that you need to breathe to play, because you have to like stop blowing through it. If you bang your head into a cymbal, you become a concussionist. That's true. And I know I met a lot of percussionists that seemed like they had done that. Oh, there's a hi-hat too. Chicka ticka ticka chicka ticka ticka. Is there like just hi-hat? No, there's not, eh? So I'll have to do drum set. Rock. We'll do rock drum set. Chicka chicka chicka. Boom 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 boom. There's the Jaws bass, sort of. Oh, there's like choir too. Choir pads. I'm just gonna put actual choir. Or synth. Hold on a sec. Is there like a choir pad? Pad for choir. Should I do pad for choir or just straight up choir? There definitely is a pad, not a straight up choir. That sounds, I mean, the choir patch in Sibelius probably sounds identical to that, but that does sound right. Okay, so boom, 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 boom. What note were we starting on? Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Ooh, but it moves. Let's get that bass. Hi-hats doing sextuplets. Boom. So it's doing this. That's kind of cool. That's the loop. It's such an interesting, like the formula is the same as the ocean theme. You have the bass ostinato instead of bo-ba-dee-da-doo, ba-doo-ba-dee-da-doo. It's this new Jaws thing. And then you have pads on top changing chords every bar over top of the steady bass rhythm. That's funny. So it's an F on top. This is super quiet though. That didn't help much. Bottom. I think that changed in half notes actually. Hold on here. Hey, get out of here. Let's see. Well, we have not gone through Farewell Hyrule King yet, but I do love that tune. That's going to be a good one. Okay. Let's listen for that D. Maybe it's an E flat? What is that middle note? That's it. What happens here? Here, we need more room. What does it go? Does that E flat drop down to D? It's definitely an E flat here. That sounded exactly right. But that's not a... It's probably a D. Yeah. Yeah, okay. It's always easier to hear a note. Like when it moves, you can almost hear what it was before it moved easier than just trying to hear it, you know, in a batch of other notes. But so this is cool. So I'm going to try and put down some dynamics to make this all audible, but we'll see how it works. Well, that's way too loud. Yeah. Man, not bad, not bad. Whoa, okay. If this was a real choir, they'd be working hard. It's an A on top. Top note's always easiest. Welcome, Lucina main. Who's your Smash main? I bet I can guess. Let's see here. I'm gonna call this choir pad instead of pad 4. That is an A. And then the bottom note is an E flat that goes down to D. Nice little tritone drop. Well, you're a changed man. You used to be Lucina main, and now you are... I don't even know enough about Smash to, like, current Smash to make a joke. Who's bad? Who's the worst Smash character? Is it still Kirby? No, it's all weird. There's a bunch of weird ones now, right? I dropped off after a bit. I got the Piranha Plant when they added PD Piranha. Or it's not even PD Piranha, it's just the Piranha Plant. That was the last one, the last like DLC. That was the first DLC, I think, actually. I only did one. But yeah, now there's like, I don't know, Bubsy and Minecraft Man and etc., etc. Gex, I assume Gex is in it. Garfield and Odie. Is that right? Let's see. Sounds like another minor second. Like this sounds the same as over here. So. light. I don't want that. Okay, hold on here. Hold on here. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. I see they both go down. I think that's right. But let's see if we can hear that. Yeah. Oh no, I think this top voice, this G, is jumping down to E, and there's something in the middle again. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Feels weird to make this D flat, like E natural, D flat, and G. It's obviously C sharp looks better here, but then going from D flat, I guess I could make this a C sharp. Why not? Then it feels like that should be E sharp, but that also sucks. It's not really any winning with this one. Go get some coffee. Wind wake yourself up. I just got a coffee, so that's why I'm late, actually, for the stream. Later than normal, anyway. I can't really be late, because I don't have a boss. V nice, okay. And that's the loop for this part. Whoa! Blah, blah, blah. Okay, wait, so we need... Is that piccolo? Oh, jeez. I hate having it on all instruments. Where's that, like, trombone? Oh, there's definitely... Excuse me. Those... Bob. Oh, they left. Oh my goodness. They went away as soon as I tried to point them out. But there's a little bass trombone, bass, bop, bop. So let's see what we can do here. I might make this drum part Q-sized. Is that dumb? It's gonna make everything so messy. Yeah, I have to drag myself into my own HR meetings. You should not have made that comment to yourself. It's probably nicer to run in the rain than in the sun. Maybe this maritime battle music is very appropriate if you're running in the rain. It maybe feels perfect, actually. I should just let it play out for you. I am going to make this small. That might help with the spacing. And then can we fit 4? That looks pretty bad. I don't think we can fit 4. Maybe we should do landscape for this one. How does that feel? It feels kind of crowded the other way now. Is there no winning? There might not be any winning. Yeah, I think I just gotta do like 2. Well, yeah, whatever. Annoying, but what are you gonna do? 2 bars per page. Okay, here's where we get bling 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 bling. Whoa, just snipe that. Bling 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 bling. Let's see. Whoops. There we go. So we're gonna do like this. What are the two notes? There's like a grace note before every note. Am I crazy? What's going on here? Yeah. Bling, bling, bling. I don't know why I did that. That's funny. It like copies it to the next, the same part of the triplet in the next beat. Ah, but I don't want that. As soon as triplets get involved, Sibelius gets very weird. Let's see here. Oh, this is too fast a little bit. Let's see. I think the default tempo is 100, so it's probably like 94. Let's see if that's right. Yeah. Okay. Bling, ding, 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 ding. And just everything up a half step. Oh, I guess this one needs a grace note too, doesn't it? Really cannot fit more than 2 bars on a staff here. I'm even gonna do auto breaks. Auto breaks every 2 bars. Just commit. Okay, let's see here. So why is it not decrescendo? Interesting. Okay. I need to do it like this, I guess. And then it's pointing at the hidden pianissimo mark. Oh, there is a doink. You're right. Corneliarius Dita. Sorry for butchering your username. Okay, hold on. Where am I now? I got distracted. There's a doink. I heard it. Boing. Boing. What should we put that as? Kind of sounds like a djembe or something. I'm so not a... I just said I was a percussionist 2 seconds ago. I don't know anything about percussion. Let's see. Where's the... Okay, so the djembe is doing like a boom boom doing. Okay, this is not gonna show up in Sibelius sounds. It's all gonna sound the same, but whatever. Boom boom. This is the djembe loop. Boom boom doing. Boom boom. That's the 2-bar loop. And you can... Oh. Okay. There's a lot going on here. I don't think I need this bottom marimba line. I think I'm just going to take it off. Well, let's get what the snare's doing. The flute popped out at me. One. It's like a little... It ends on that note, I think. Hold on a sec. I'm getting too distracted. Let's try this. Why won't it let me change the half step interval? Fixed. Half step 1. Okay. So is this right? Duliat? I think it. Something's off with this flute part. This is gonna be a tough one. Let's see. Okay. No. Well, what would the chord maybe be? We have sort of like a C minor 11 with a D flat in it. Sort of. So what the heck would this arpeggio want to be? Oh, it starts one note higher. Yeah. I know all the battle music in Wind Waker is so iconic. Like, even just like when you're sailing around and then a shark appears and just a little like bass riff comes in at the beginning. Man, so sick. So this would make the most sense if it was this. That would make sense. It's sort of like an E flat minor 6 run. But is that what they actually do? Let's see. I think that is what they do. That last note is tripping me up. Yeah, I think that's good enough. That's what they do. I see. Then he kind of goes to a G natural here, it seems like. No, that doesn't make any sense. Because the pads are doing a G flat. What note does he run up to? He does like a da-ga-da. It's 3 notes. So it makes sense for it to be... Oops. But it's an on the beat grace note. Like this makes sense if we isolate it. Why is it so slow? Maybe that is what he does. That's really weird. Oops. Yeah, I'll just get rid of that. Maybe I'll make these 30-second notes, and then it'll be fast enough. Let's see here. That sounds so bad. Why is it doing like... Maybe these do need to be... I could do I could do like a 16th note triplet. Like that. Maybe that would sound better, even if it looks worse. I'm gonna turn the volume on this djembe way down. Is that Man. Okay. Bomb. Bomb. That's B's, low B's. That's a low. Okay. That might be the loop. We still got 2 minutes left in the audio track though, so probably not. But at the very least, that's where stuff starts repeating that I can just repeat in the score. So I'm going to try and nail down the other elements. Did the bass line change at all? I don't think it did. Hold on here. Okay, so the snare drum is going like triplets, but ba ba bum ba bum ba ba bum bum ba bum ba bum ba, like this. Listen for that snare. Oops. Looks like a little cymbal or something too. Okay. We can make this super quiet as well. My mic audio, I'm just talking really quiet. I can turn it up, yeah. But I cannot turn up the music audio or the Sibelius audio. So if we get out of balance, then we just get out of balance. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna make this a double bar line. Okay, let's see here. Where are we? Does the bass trombone go up to G flat there, or am I imagining that? It definitely doesn't go up here, so it probably doesn't go up here either. I'm just imagining it because other instruments are going up a half step. When you get to the horns, make sure to write rip above the rips. I will. Thank you, Spinda. Why is the hi-hat so quiet? Okay, of course now it's way too loud. Mezzo forte. Does that solve my problem? Kind of. Okay. Yep. What a weird tune. Okay, what am I missing here? Okay, and then here's where the pads change. Oh, but I missed the horn rips. Right. Let's see here. So it's again 1 2 3 1 2 3 chickaday. This is an interesting one too, where it's like, is it in 12/8 and the bass is just doing like a duple line, straight duples, or is it in 4/4 and everything except the bass is playing triplets? I don't know. I think he ends on this F, right? Let's see here. Close. Huh. What's the middle note of that horn rip? And the bottom note, for that matter. The bass starts swinging when the snare comes in. No, it does not. That's just an illusion created by everything else swinging. Is it a tritone? Yeah, it is. And I will write rip. Okay, so let's hear this. And then okay. What is that? A B flat? What the heck? Okay. Is it just moving up a major third? Let's see. Let's just move it up a major third and see if it is right. What is this? D, yeah. I think that's right. Okay. Oh yeah. What is that? That's a brass. There's like a new brass pad coming in on this bar here. What would that be? I mean, it's generic brass pad, so maybe I could just put generic brass staff, but like it's definitely a different instrument than this solo horn. It has a different sound, like a different patch, whatever, different sample. So I should put it on a different staff, I think. Brass. Remember, it's quiet, so I'll make it quiet. But it just plays one note and then dies. Let's see. Maybe I should just put this on the horn staff. What's the bottom note? Is there a bottom note or is it just these two? Keep the percussion going. Does the bass line change? I don't think so. No, it doesn't change. Oh. No. What was making that noise? That clanging noise? Was it the djembe? Whatever. Let's see. I think it was just those two notes. Okay, so the marimba goes up. The choir pad, there are new choir pads that I'll have to try and hear amidst everything else going on. Oh, and that there's like a little symbol. It doesn't really sound like a symbol. It kind of sounds like a, I don't know what. Like what the heck is that? Bells? It's not like a wind chime. There's something going on there. Like what the heck is that? A tambourine that you're just like, bleh. These are the things that keep me up at night. I am going to put a tambourine, I think. Did that ever happen before? We're only 20 seconds into the piece. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a long one. Oh yeah, there. Oh, but okay, hold on here. Okay, hopefully it is a 30-second loop, because if there's more later, I'm going to cry. Okay, hold on, I'm getting distracted. Okay, so I'm here. Oh yeah, I need these choir pads. I think that's all I need. Let's see. So the B on top, I'm pretty sure. Oh, what's that note? Don't let me forget it. Do E's. So F down to E. And then there's the middle note. That's probably an A. Oh, because that's what these random brass patch pads are doing. Yeah. Is it down to an A and G there? Ooh. Is it like this? Does this sound right? That does kind of sound right. Let's see. It kind of sounds like it goes back to the way the old one ends too. Let's see. I think so. Okay, so let's try and hear this top, like major seconds. It's so hard to hear the clusters. We will talk about these chords in a second, Shmuel. Don't worry, because they're very interesting. I'm trying to decide if they go... it's so quiet. Like B and A to B flat and A flat to A and G, or do they go B and A to A and G to A and G? Let's see. That doesn't sound right. But then it sounds like something moves in the top two voices between these two notes, so hold on here. That could be a semitone. Let's see. Not that. Maybe it's like this. Definitely not that. Huh, what happens then? I don't think this is just an E flat major triad. Like something moves. Let's see. Man, this is so hard. That could be it, actually. The this minor second is pretty pointy, but in the context of everything else, yeah, it's like, how are you supposed to tell if that's right or not? Can I... Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have a definitive get on that one. Man, I'm so annoyed. I wish I could just hear it. Because it could be this still. That sounds good. But then that doesn't sound good moving to this one. Like, it seems like it should change more going to that one. You know what I should be doing is putting little hairpins under all these. Because maybe that's making it sound like it's changing more than it does, the swell, you know? No, it doesn't seem right. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much are you impressed by these YouTube videos where people listen to a song for 2 minutes and start playing it? I don't know. I guess I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but that's not very hard to... Depending on the song. If you're like Mozart and you go to see the symphony and then you go home and start playing what they played, like, that's super impressive. That's a 10. If someone puts on, you know, like some Sabrina Carpenter or something, and then you can hear the chords and play along. That's not impressive, or whatever. That's impressive, but I know how to do that, so it's not. You know what I mean? I'm not impressed. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I shouldn't say I know how to do that. That sounds very conceited. Hello, Sammy D. Welcome here. I think I might do this. No, that's definitely not right, though. Ah! I'm dying here. What if it's like this? That's definitely not right. Oh no, come back, music. Oh no, I accidentally lost my... There we go. Oh, are you saving my life right now? Brandon Schwab? Is that right? That's not right. What does the top note do? Oh no, my head's covering the notes I'm working on. Sorry, I didn't realize that. There we go. I'll add the bass in too. So it's not that, but it's... But I never thought about that these might not be a minor, or might not be a second apart. Let's see. I think there's a B flat on top. It might be this. That does sound kind of right. That's gonna be right enough, I'm afraid. Okay, so what are we missing then? Hold on. Okay. Ooh. Bling, 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 bling. Ends with these G's. That's a curveball here. Hold on. B. Yeah. That's funny. Okay. This is gonna bug me forever. Yeah. Bomb. Okay. Oh. This is offset. But it's the first run to an F. Right? 3. Like this? Okay, is this right? Let's follow along. 3. Yeah. No, it's different. It lands on a G. Okay. Bump the whole thing up a whole step and see see if this is right. What is this? So it's probably this. Let's see. If the interval structure is the same. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Okay. Okay. Oh, but then the weird tambourine. Where does the weird tambourine come in? I think that lands on beat 1 at some point. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's see if this all repeats. Oh yeah, no, there's different stuff happens. Ah, okay. That's fine. That's good. We're doing it, guys. We're doing good. We don't need this piano in here. We don't need the top string staff in here, I don't think. So I'm going to bump up the staff size to 6. Okay, and then okay, here's B. B is 30 seconds in. But hopefully it's just like a little thing here and there that's different. And hopefully I don't succumb to madness. Okay, let's see. It does make me think of Mr. Krabs Walking too. That's a funny comment. I like that. I should hide the dynamic marking here to make it look nicer, because this is not actually going to be played by real people, so they don't need to know how loud to play it. I tried doing amateur composing using mobile music notation apps. I don't have the patience. I need a computer. Yeah, I cannot imagine like mobile music notation being very good. Even if I don't have the like number pad, like this part of the keyboard, I'm like, I can't work like this. Like trying to do this stuff on a laptop makes me want to pull my hair out. So at that point, it's like just use pen and paper, you know. Okay, let's see. Okay, where does it diverge from the pattern? Oh, wait a second. Is that piccolo in the wrong place? Okay, let's check the piccolo rhythm, because I think it's starting on the wrong beat sometimes. That's right. Doody up. 4, 1. Aha. You got. That's funny. So it's displaced by a beat every time. That's fun. Yep. Okay. Here's where it diverges. 2, 3, 4. Me. Should I make that G flat or F sharp? This guy's doing F sharps. Although, this probably should be G flats. So we don't have A sharps in our music. Oops. Okay. Even 2 measures per page, it's still getting pretty cluttered. That's pretty funny. Horn tritone. I like to use the phrase, it's like doing X while wearing mittens whenever I'm expected to do anything without a keyboard and mouse. That's, yeah, completely. Except for like, what's a contrary example? Drawing stuff on an iPad is easier than using a mouse. That's a pretty specific example though. I started a professional Instagram profile for game music analysis because of your videos. No way! Oh, that's awesome. I hope it's going well. I hope you're having a good time. What's the Instagram profile? I'll look it up. So it should be a G flat. Let's see. No rip here. That's high. Ooh, there's trumpets. Maybe I'll turn this brass staff into trumpets. And then I don't have a whole staff for one bar of the piece. Trumpets. Man. Trumpet B flat. There we go. Oh, you know what I'll do? Trumpet. Not no key. Okay. All instruments is not working for me. Trumpet and B flat. Put that there, and then it's in the right spot. And then I take this, put this here, and then delete this, and then remove it. Now we are talking. Let's go. The horn pit strikes again. Okay, wait, where the heck am I? There's where we are. Copy paste that. No piccolo run here. The trumpets come in here. Oops. Okay, let's see here. Yeah. I think the choir pads changed there too, actually. Okay. Let's see. They definitely do change. Okay, let's just double check everything. The bass doesn't change. Yeah. Oh, what does the marimba do? Does the marimba change? No. No. It doesn't change. Doesn't change. Okay. So that's good. But the choir pads do change. The trumpets are doing like a... Oh, the bass does change there. Right? Hold on. Let's listen to the bass. Hold on here. It goes down a half step. It did change. Does it do that? Does it do that and I missed that? Okay, hold on. Because the bass trombones back here drop down to a low B. So it would make sense for the bass to drop down a half step on the second half, and I might just have not caught it. I don't think they do. I don't think they do change, which is really weird. Because the bass trombone's definitely playing a B. That doesn't make sense that they wouldn't change. No, they must change. Maybe it's like they don't, the whole pattern doesn't change, but just the C's drop down to a B. Like B, C sharp, B, C sharp. Like that? Maybe that's what happens. Let's see. It's so low that it's hard to tell. That kind of sounds right. I think it changed. Like, I think this bar is like this, and then it goes like this. But here it feels like there's a shift to C naturals. You know? Maybe I'm totally crazy. No, I think I'm crazy. It's just like this the whole time, I'm pretty sure. Oh, geez, okay. Yeah. Wow. What a annoying thing to realize is happening. Okay, so then the second time through, if this isn't the loop point, I'm really going to sob. Now there's a different let's see. Boom. Okay, cool. So I think this is right. And am I missing anything? Are there any other parts that I haven't caught? Oh, the choir pads. There's more. Okay. But there's no choir pads in the next part, so that's something. Do I ever use Dorico? No, I haven't. I would like to try it, but I also am so used to Sibelius that I don't really see a point in switching right now. Do you find when you're doing transcription alone that you still say all this out loud? No, I had to really think to be able to talk and do this at the same time. It's like I'm still very bad at it, I'm sure. I'm sure there's a lot of screen time that's just me sitting here like this, which is not good TV, you know. But I'm trying to get better at talking while I do this so that you guys can tell what's going on. Okay. Let's see if we can intuit these choir pads. Coming up. Here we go. But I'm hearing that. Is it that low though? I mean, you're the best transcription streamer I've ever seen. I've never seen another streamer do transcription. Yeah, I am. I have no competition to worry about, so that's nice. There's a lot of guys who are better than me who could be doing a better job, but I have no clue. I don't really watch streamers, to be honest, so I don't know if there are any transcription streamers, or if I've struck on something. It's the best Wind Waker Wednesday this week. Oh, shucks. Yeah, Untapped Market. That's kind of the whole channel. When I started, there was not that much, if any, music theory on the internet. Definitely not in the sort of like video essay style. And I know because I was looking for it. I was hungry for it. It's like, I want to watch nerdy music theory video essays. If no one's going to make them, then I'll make them. Yeah, so this is an octave up. It's probably that. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. The middle voice is the one that moves in this bar. Let's see. Like this. G flat, B flat, C. That's nice. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So what is the top note? Is probably C sharp. They're kind of following the horn tritones, B and F, G flat and C, and the outer notes are B and F, G flat and C. So the outer notes are gonna be G and C sharp. There's no moving voice this time, which actually makes it a little harder to hear the inner note. But if the pattern holds, we're going a whole note, whole step below the top voice. Sounds right. And then we drop. Probably that, right? Same shape, tritone with a whole note under it, but B and F. I don't think it drops down like so low that the F would be on the bottom, but let's double check. Maybe it does. No, I think that's right. Am I wrong? That doesn't sound quite right. What's wrong about that? I think everything... Whatever. That's right enough. I'm losing steam here. I think watching someone who isn't instantly perfect is better. It allows us to join in and not get imposter syndrome. Good. Well, that's what I'll tell myself then. It's actually good that I'm not that good at this. No, I feel like I had a very humble. Like, you know, you meet people or whatever. I've met people who you plunk down just like random notes on piano and they can pick out all the notes and name them all right away. It's kind of like, well, how do you work on that? You know, that's obviously just something you can do. I'm sure they did have to work on it. But it's like, if you're a professional runner, if you're an Olympic sprinter, you had to work really hard, but you also just had the build for it. I don't think I really had the ears for transcription at first. It definitely took me a long time. I have a lot of bad, wrong transcriptions in my history, you know. Who would win in a fight, Debussy or Tchaikovsky? I think Tchaikovsky is too sensitive of a soul. I think he would start crying if you had to fight him. But he is more dramatic. I can't imagine Debussy punching anybody. Maybe Tchaikovsky would win. He'd probably win and then cry about it after. That's my guess. This is the first stream I've been able to catch live. This transcription series has been a blast to watch. Oh, thank you so much. It has inspired me to tackle a similar large-scale project of my own. Hey, good luck with it. This is definitely a good way to make yourself do a big project, is to say every week I'm going to work on it, chip away at it a little bit. And if you can have an audience to keep you accountable, that's even better. A lot of listening to the radio and learning. Oh, I see. That's how you improve your ear. A lot of learning songs by ear. Yes, that's certainly true. Now you technically do transcriptions professionally. That is true. YouTube is my main job. And I feel like the draw of my conception of the draw of my videos is the transcriptions of the music. I don't know if that's true. Like, I don't know if people actually watch the videos just to see the sheet music on the screen, but when I think, like, I don't know if this video has enough of interest in it, I always go back to, like, well, end of the day, you're seeing sheet music of a video game tune that you might like on screen. That's something. That's valuable. But again, I don't know if anyone else thinks that way. Let's see. Where are we here? Okay. So, we're on letter C now. Ooh, baby. Well, let's just listen to it and see. Oh no, it does change. Like the bass note's changing. Oh, jeez, okay. We're like halfway through right now. Ah! Oh my goodness. Is this gonna be a two-parter? I've been going for an hour and a half already. Oh. Oh, that's why. This is definitely like a dynamic piece of music where certain elements will come in or not depending on what's going on in the maritime battle. I guarantee that's what's going on here. Yeah, it's like now I'm close to a shark again. So that's why trying to transcribe it, there's so much going on. Well, you know what? Is it so unsatisfying to make this a two-parter? Because the next piece is called the Second Maritime Battle. Oh, hell yeah, dude. This will be way easier to transcribe. And then next week we can have a themed maritime battle week. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do because I have a lot of stuff I have to do today still. Okay, so sorry, this is annoying, but we're stopping. We're doing the second half next time. Okay, so where are we? We need a timestamp here. Okay, that's 50 seconds in, so I'll make a note of that. We can listen to what we got already, though. Oh yeah, I can't see the piccolo horn. Would you believe that was an hour of work? Okay. I'm here for not just the sheet music, but you pointing at particular aspects of the sheet music. Sure. Otherwise, sometimes you're just like, that sure is notes on a page without someone guiding you. That's true, actually. It can be overwhelming if you don't know what to look for. That's why for a professional food critic. Are you a professional food critic? You could be. I don't know anything about you, really. Is it hard to write the music for your live band? No. It's hard to think of ideas. Trying to think of interesting ideas is the bottleneck, I think. The actual, like, writing out charts is pretty easy. Or I like to do it. I'm a stickler for chart readability, so I go through and make sure everything is nice, and then I get complimented on my charts a lot by musicians, and that always feels great. You must transcribe every possible combination and end up with a 10-minute piece. Oh my goodness, yeah, right. Actually, it might be easier. I should go in-game, figure out what you have to do in your boat to have just the choir pads going, and then be able to pick out that note that I couldn't figure out, that one chord. Big squid, or is it the giant rock face? Big squid, right? What's the giant rock face? Oh, and you're bombing the... that's true, I wonder. No, that wouldn't be... It wouldn't be that yet, because we haven't gotten to that point in the soundtrack track list yet. Like, we haven't even gotten to Dragon Roost, so I don't know. Anyway, so you'd think that this track would be from some state that you could get into before getting to Dragon Roost. But I don't think you can fight the giant squid before you get to Dragon Roost. Anyway, so I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I wonder how it's actually programmed in, because clearly some of the instrumentation stuff is based on certain enemies nearby. Yes, totally. I think you need another note after the 16th triplets. That's a minor third above the last note in piccolo in the run after the trill. What? It was definitely just 3 notes, right? Boobity. Let's go back. Oh, maybe you're right. I think you are right. Let's see. Where are we here? Maybe I'll make this 30-second notes. It's kind of like an awkward. I don't know if that first note is right, though. Let's see. No, it definitely ends on a G. Durian? I think it might be that. Let's see. Yeah, I think that sounds right. Durian? Then the next one would be. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. The G sharp in the first one's a B flat. Like this? Or what G sharp? There's no G sharp in the first one. No, it's definitely going up. Bleep. It's not like bleep, you know. Yeah. Does that end on B flat? I don't think it does. I don't want to get too bogged down here. Oh, you think this is a B flat, this G natural note, but it's not. Definitely ends on that note. I think that is a B flat at the end of this one though. Maybe. Oh, I lost it. There we go. Kind of neither one sounds right. That sounds righter, I think. That's definitely right. A B flat in the first one, like instead of the G at the end? Oh, I see. Yeah, the marimba down here is playing B flats. Oh, it's probably this choir pad. Oh no, that's a G flat. Never mind. I don't know. I'm going to copy paste you guys here. Okay. And that'll do for now. Okay. I'm out. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week for another Wind Waker Wednesday! Bye-bye!